his behavior is getting more odd and deranged. I mean, just look at this guy right here. He's hiding during the middle of a government shutdown. He has ordered MAGA Mike Johnson to have all the MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives leave for yet another week and go on a paid vacation. That's right, no House Republicans are showing up to work next week because Donald Trump and MAGA Mike Johnson told the House Republicans, don't come to work, we're giving you a paid vacation, go back to your district. All the while, Donald Trump is focused on making a $1 coin of himself to commemorate America's 250th anniversary, which, by the way, is not legal. It goes against 31 USC 5114B. Only the portrait of a deceased individual may appear on United States currency and securities, but this isn't stopping the Trump regime propagandists like Steve Guest to say, attention all patriots, America's back. And so is the $1 coin. Donald Trump will forever be commemorated on American currency. He's putting his face on American currency. He's building 90,000 square feet golden ballrooms where no one even knows how the hell it's being funded. He's ripped apart the Rose Garden and turned it into a club called Club Rose Garden for his rich Republican friends. He's talking about UFC fights in the White House. He's bailing out Argentina with $20 billion of our taxpayer dollars. And he's bragging about removing funding, rescinding funding that by law is supposed to go to all of these states because he says they're Democrat states and they're scams. He says that this shutdown is a great opportunity for him to inflict pain on the American people. He's like giddy. He's enjoying it. I mean, look at him. But he's in hiding. He doesn't want to show his face at the same time. I mean, he's posting photos and videos like this of the author of Project 2025 and the current Office of Management and Budget Director, Russ Vought. You see him here? Trump's posting AI videos of Russ Vought as the Grim Reaper, stealing the taxpayer money, taking away services. I don't see the humor in that. He's posting photos of himself as the Grim Reaper. Donald Trump is posting on social media more ISIS-style death videos of the American military shooting boats off the coast of Venezuela. Donald Trump posts a boat loaded with enough drugs to kill 25 to 50,000 people was stopped early this morning off the coast of Venezuela from entering American territory. We never get information about where the boat is. This boat looked very, very small. This one actually looked like a 16-footer. It looks like the boats are getting smaller with each of these death videos that he's posting. And we previously told you about what New York Times reported, how one of the family members of someone on another boat just said that their husband was a fisherman, not a drug dealer at all. We have no transparency about what the hell is happening here. And we know that Donald Trump lies about everything. And the most likely scenario is every week he kills another innocent group of people on a fishing boat, or even if they are drug dealers, Donald Trump's playing judge, jury, and executioner. How do you know they're not trafficking innocent individuals who you may be killing as well? I just want transparency, okay? We don't have the death penalty in the United States for people who deal drugs. I want people who deal drugs to be held accountable, the fullest extent of the law. I just don't think Donald Trump should be judge, jury, and executioner. Anyway, take a look at these polls right here. A pretty clear story emerges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 polls right now all show that Americans blame Trump and Republicans overwhelmingly for the Trump government shutdown. As Governor Newsom says, yeah, that's because they shut it down. Americans are blaming the people who shut it down. Republicans control all branches of government. White House, Congress, both branches of Congress, the House and the Senate, by anywhere from margins of 25 to 17 to 12, Americans blame Republicans more than Democrats. Even inside the White House right now, the Wall Street Journal is reporting they're getting very nervous. The White House senses a real political risk on health care, despite the bravado that they're showing. Why? It's simple. Because Americans are either on Medicare, Medicaid, or likely on an Affordable Care Act plan. And if you're on an Affordable Care Act plan, the ACA, Affordable Care Act subsidies, are keeping your monthly premiums to a level that's reasonable. Still more than it should be. In my own personal opinion, healthcare is a universal right. It should be free. But these Affordable Care Act subsidies have kept the price at least tolerable. Without the subsidies, the price of your monthly premiums goes up from $300 to $400 a month to $900 to $2,000 a month. I mean, you're talking $24,000 to $25,000 to $30,000 a year for your healthcare, because the subsidies, the government funding, that's what a subsidy is, that helps pay for the insurance fee, is what keeps your premiums down. So without the government payment, the subsidy, you pay more. Do you get it? So what American making $85,000 a year or $65,000 a year can afford to pay $20,000 a year in healthcare? You can't. You go bankrupt. So, Trump and MAGA, they're trying to blame, it's the undocumented, it's transgender people. But Americans, no, we're not buying that. In fact, if you actually look at the crosstabs of some of these polls, you can really see that Americans are not buying it. Even like amongst Republicans, only like 22% of Republicans actually believe that the reason that the Democrats' negotiating position is to help unlawful migrants. That's Trump's base, and only 22% of Republicans are buying the fake story because they're on Affordable Care Act plans also. What they see is stats like this. If you look at Roanoke, someone making $84,000 a year who currently pays $947 per month for their health care plan will soon pay $2,023 per month. Someone who makes $65,000 a year in Georgia, who's paying $307 a month, will soon be paying $964 a month. Those are just the facts, Jack. You don't have to like them, but those are the facts. So while Donald Trump is screwing America here domestically, he's also being outmaneuvered internationally. Xi Jinping of China has made some moves in order to actually secure significant leverage over the United States, and he's done it rather easily because Donald Trump is not that bright, okay, and not that good with money. He's bankrupted most of his companies in the past. So what Xi Jinping did, I've told you this before, China stopped buying soybeans and other produce from the United States. American farmers are now experiencing what they're calling Farmageddon. They're all going bankrupt. They need a government bailout. The size of it is likely going to need to be $50 billion. So to be clear, we're bailing out Argentina for $20 billion. We're bailing out farmers, probably $50 billion down the road. I know, the golden age, right? The golden age. But Donald Trump claims we brought in $17 trillion, although nobody knows where the $17 trillion is because we didn't bring in anything like that. Oh, by the way, in response to our exclusive reporting that the House Oversight Committee would be investigating where the $17 trillion go, because we know it doesn't exist, Trump's White House issued a response. No, we're just talking about investment commitments. You know what we're talking about. In any event, what China is now doing, that it has leverage over the Trump regime, and they know that Donald Trump really just cares about TikTok and securing the TikTok algorithm to have his right-wing oligarchs in the United States acquire TikTok to push MAGA content on TikTok. China is now pushing Donald Trump to drop curbs as it dangles investment pledge. Allowing a surge of Chinese investment into the United States economy would be a major concession to Beijing, tantamount to the U.S. becoming part of the Belt and Road Initiative. So China wants to dominate the U.S. Right now, the U.S. has trade barriers with China beyond Donald Trump. Historically, because America's tried to check the growth of China, America's prevented China from doing certain types of business in the U.S. Well, Donald Trump is now cornered. Xi Jinping knows how to play Donald Trump. And it's just so interesting, right? All these Republicans who were like, we need to decouple from China and we're China hawks and we support Taiwan. They folded so damn quickly to Xi Jinping. It's absolutely unbelievable. No, it actually is very, very believable. Some other news to report, that statue of Trump and Epstein holding hands that was at the mall a few weeks ago, the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Well, it's back. The statue titled Best Friends Forever was reinstalled after it was removed last week. An anonymous group of artists has taken credit for continuing to return it. Quote, like a toppled Confederate general forced back onto a public square, the Donald Trump Jeffrey Epstein statue has risen from the rubble to stand gloriously on the National Mall once again, the group's statement said. This is really important to listen to. Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, I think he says it perfectly here. You want to know whose shutdown it is? Pay attention to who's enjoying it. Here, play this clip.
Here we are in Washington, with more than 20 million Americans about to see their health premiums double or worse, on top of all the other Trump cost increases in groceries and electric bills and home insurance and all the rest of it. And the House isn't even here. They've gone into hiding someplace. The Senate is leaving after these votes so that the Republicans can go to a fancy resort for a big fundraiser. The vice president is saying we're having a good time. The president is putting out weirdo tweets. And Russell Vought, the OMB chief, is sharpening his knives to do something that one senator said has been his dream since puberty, to hurt people and break government programs. We need to do a lot better than this. But if you want to know whose shutdown it is, look who are the ones who are enjoying it.
So the Republicans then start posting images of sombreros on a donkey on the DNC pic, to which the DNC immediately responds by slightly altering the Republican elephant logo to say pedophile protectors, because they are. One of the things that we've been doing is calling this shutdown the Jeffrey Epstein shutdown, the Trump Epstein shutdown, because as we've talked about on many a video, Adelita Grijalva, the congresswoman-elect from Arizona's 7th Congressional District, who won by over 40 points 2 weeks ago, she's supposed to be sworn in. If she gets sworn in, she'll be the 218th signature to Democratic Congressmember Ro Khanna and Republican Congressmember Thomas Massey's discharge petition, meaning there would be an immediate vote on the release of the Epstein files. But if they don't ever open up Congress again, then she's not sworn in, as MAGA Mike's philosophy, even though they've sworn in Republicans right away within 24 hours in pro forma sessions. But this is MAGA Mike's new rule. We're shut down. Congress isn't in session. I'm not going to swear you in, because they don't want the release of the Epstein files. Trump is deathly scared about the release of the Epstein files. Let me show you this clip right here of Trump's EPA director, Lee Zeldin. Here's what he had to say. Let's play it.
And you know well, when making these decisions, you analyze authorities, legal risk,
yes,
and then you make decisions. And it is a door that is open by Democrats continuing this shutdown.
yes.
Not only are the sombreros going to grow 10 feet higher on President Trump's social media accounts, but the powers of these agency heads administering the president's agenda and directives, it only gets easier.
Well, you're doing a bang-up job.
And finally, let me share with you some hope to hear some strong, competent leaders, Democratic leaders, talk about what's going on. Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker, let's play it. And here's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom from California. Let's play it.
I don't think a shutdown advantages anybody. So I hope we can find compromise. It's difficult to do that with a guy who was more interested in playing golf over the weekend.
Do you think Democrats should?
I'll continue. Not only he played golf all the weekend after canceling a meeting with Senate Democrats. The President of the United States canceled a meeting with the leaders in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, and then felt it was more important, hours before a shutdown, to play golf. And then, rather than having a serious meeting, decided to troll those leaders with a Trump 2028 hat that he put on the Resolute desk and sent out a tweet after he sent out an AI video doctored with a racist video of Speaker Jeffries in a sombrero. These are not serious people.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers, and thank you so much for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.